औदु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम नहमदु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम फ़अम्मा बाद। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। Young generation, youngsters, teenagers, growing up phases, growing pains we call them. And then what do we deal with? A bunch of desires, lots of desires. You know the kind of media we have, the kind of exposure these days we have, so much of openness and freedom of media, of exposure, films, websites, Facebooks, a whole lot of it. The whole Google is open for it. So what happens? Lots of communication, lots of young children being exposed to a lot of things, learning, seeing, experimenting and experiencing. And then the loads of desires of having companionship, friendship, and the excitement that is around the whole thing. And now we have cases of young boys who have desire, who have fallen into a friendship, and this friendship is serious in their minds. They would really like to make this person a life companion. They are happy, friendly, they are cozy with them. So the young boy comes to the parents and says, "Look mom, I like this girl and I don't want to get into any haram act with her. I would like to do something about it. Can you help me to make it legal?" What is he asking for? He's asking for his mother to help him not fall into the trap of haram act. So he's, in other words, asking his mother to get him married. Some mother looks at him and says, "You're just a 19-year-old boy. You're too young to get married. What have you got? You're in school, high school, college. You're just starting university. What do you have? You cannot get married. You don't have a job. You don't have money. You're not responsible. You even forget to take the keys to the house. Half the time we have to remind you what you have to do. You're not responsible enough to do anything. How can you look after a wife? So, what shall I do, mom? I feel very desirable towards her. What shall I do?" "Okay, go around with her. Be friendly with her. When your time for marriage comes, we'll get you married to a nice girl." That's what the answer came from the mother. Yes, that's exactly what the mother said to the son. Go around with her, have fun with her, have your desires fulfilled with her. When you become a big man, when you finish your education, when you have a career, we'll find you a nice girl, not the same girl, to get married to. A mother is showing a way, opening the door of haram for the son. She's telling him, "Go ahead, enjoy with this girl, spoil her life. She's not my daughter, it doesn't matter to me. Then you can dump her, come back to me, and I'll get you married to some other girl." Haram. A similar situation, a boy came to his mother and he said, "I want to go abroad for studies, but I don't want to fall into a fitna. I know once I go abroad for studies, I may get friends, I may be alone, I may fall homesick, and I may need company. Get me married. Look for me a nice girl. You know what my requirements are." So the mother always knows what the son is looking for, not what mother wants. And so the mother went looking for a girl for him. She found like-minded mother of a girl who she approached and said, "Could you give me your girl? My son is just 19-year-old. So that woman said, "Even my daughter is just 19-year-old. She said, "Then very good. We'll get them married. We'll get admission in a university for both of them. We'll send both of them out for studies." So both the women decided to get these children married. The girl's mother did not ask, what does he earn? What does he have? Why? You think people spared this mother? No, they didn't. There were a whole lot of societal pressure on her. The community asked her, the relatives asked her, what are you doing? You're practically throwing your daughter on a boy who's not even big enough to stand on his own feet. What will he feed her? The girl's mother replied, well, he's being fed by his parents. They'll feed her too. And the boy's family, how did they take it? They said, we'll just think we've adopted another child in the family. We had this many children, we'll just think we have one more child in the family. The way my son gets a pocket money, the girl will also get a pocket money. They were both given an admission in a university. They both got together. They go to university together. They live a nice life, healthy life, halal life together. And they have a lot of fun without feeling guilty. They go for a walk, they go for beach, they go to a park, they go doing whatever they feel like doing. They feel happy, not guilty all the time that we are doing this. Hope nobody looks at us, hope nobody finds out, hope nobody sees we are holding hands. And if we want to hug each other, we need to find a corner. They can now share love and express their desires in a halal environment and in a halal manner. And who made it halal for them? It was not possible for them to do it on their own. The parents' outlook matters. All these bunch of desires, it cannot be channeled for a very long time. It cannot be controlled for a very long time. Stretching children to the extent that when you become someone, why do you think that you cannot afford to feed another child in your family? If you can feed your son, you cannot feed your daughter-in-law or even their child. Every person who comes to this world brings his or her provision. And Allah has promised a provision for everyone. You don't have to worry about that. If a girl is added to your family, to your son, who's just a teenager or just getting into college or university and is not earning yet, doesn't matter. How much will the girl eat? Yeah, you may have to pay for her education, and if you can afford to do that, nothing like it. And that will be a help. And when you look after somebody's daughter, somebody will look after yours. It's all mutual. It's all give and take. And when you do it for the sake of Allah, it all comes back. What goes around, comes around. So subhanallah, my advice to parents is, when your young teenage daughters or sons come to you asking for you to make it halal for them, help them. Save them from the haram acts. Save them from indulging into the haram pastures, and you can make them into a good couple, a good married life. And they need a lot of guidance from you. They need a lot of help to build and establish an institution called family. They will need us to do it for them. So let's support this idea. Let's channel their desires in a halal manner, and let them live. You live and let them also live and enjoy their life at the prime time when they have it. And that's the best part of their life, is when they are young. That's when they enjoy it the most. And that's what my advice is to the parents. Look into it in this manner and let them get married and let them be happy. You will be happy young grandparents, and maybe you can see 4 generations because you got your children married young. And subhanallah, I would like you to share these with your friends and family on Facebook, and share these videos and subscribe to our channel, and write to us your opinions, your comments. Express to us at express@mybetterhalf.com, and inshallah we'll take you on from there. See you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.